You're a sniper, mate.
Oh, what, sorry?
Pal, you got a sniper on your t-shirt there. You know that?
Snipes?
Yeah. Because people tell me that the sniper is proof that the Earth is spinning, Coriolis, that it's turning away because of the Earth's spin.
Right.
But I was doing long-range gunnery in the 1980s, and we were never taught to allow for Earth spin, i.e. if I'm pointing north or south, the spin is going to have a different effect on which way my projectile, and we were firing over a mile with a 90mm cannon, so it mattered to us to know exactly what was going to affect the trajectory. And Coriolis was never given us that. But today people offer that as the evidence, the only evidence that the Earth is spinning. But there's no scientific experiment that shows that we are spinning. Your senses tell you you're not moving, but they tell us it's 1,000 miles an hour that we're spinning. We don't have any winds like that. Planes don't have to allow for that. Planes are designed to work over a flat, unmoving surface, and pilots are taught to treat the Earth as though it's not moving and that it's flat. And so the curvature that we're meant to be flying over towards Africa, down the ball, a quarter of the way, there's none of that on your gyroscope. It doesn't show that the horizon, the artificial horizon, stays level the whole flight. And I've got pilot friends who say, we make no allowance for any curvature of any sort. So we say that the sea is level, and that means that at least, we don't know how the whole world works, but we know that the sea is level, which means that between here and Australia or America, without tidal variation, we're pretty much on the same level. And so when I say Everest is 7,000 or 8,000 meters above sea level, it doesn't matter where you're talking about, the sea level is the same. So what does that mean? It means that the whole of NASA was created to mislead us, to deceive us, to give us a new belief system, because people aren't into religion. Give us a new belief that we came from monkeys, that we haven't, there's people on Mars, there's Martians and so on, there's other life that's smarter than us and all that sort of shit. And then we came from apes, which is bullshit. I think we were created by a creator to have an expression as you, not to wait billions of years to evolve from slime into you. I was an atheist just 8 years ago, but by the time I found this, I was like, no, bollocks, this place was created. And that's why they give us the globe, because there's no creation in a Big Bang. But the Big Bang, by the way, is invented by the Catholics. A Catholic priest called George Lemaitre, he's a Jesuit priest, and he comes up with the Big Bang theory, that everything comes from nothing, which I used to believe, but it is a belief. Same as if this thing falls to the floor, I can now claim that water is being attracted to the underside of a globe, which I can't physically prove, I just have to believe it. And the same as us spinning around the sun, 66,000 miles an hour, that's all on time and space. That's time and space dilation. That's Einstein's relativity. And that, again, is just a belief system that two man-made concepts are all we need to kind of fly for billions of years around like this and not crash into it or all of this shit. So the sun and the moon are moving over our heads every day. How they exactly work, I've got theories, but I can't say. But they are moving. The sky, the zodiac signs have been the same for thousands of recorded years of history. So, what they call it, Pisces and Virgo and all of this stuff. It's been the same for thousands of years. But if these were all random stars flying in different directions, then we would have parallax and they wouldn't be the same shape in 10 days, let alone in 10 years or 10,000 years. So we say that this earth is created for us. And we might be the expression of God. And if we all knew that, then we wouldn't go to war with each other. We wouldn't be so supportive of the corporations who enrich themselves at the expense of the little man, which all of us are the expression of God. So there's no little man, but the corporation treats us like that. The corporation being Tesco, the corporation being the police service, the corporation being the government, because the government is really a corporation. The governments of the world are all under some sort of what do they call it? Fraternity or like a license in order to operate. They get told what flag they can have. Their currency gets valued or devalued depending on world markets, not on their own labor. I think we live under one great prison, subdivided into countries. It's a prison of the body and mind. I mean, obviously your body and mind is able to travel around to an extent. You have to get a passport or you have to ask permission to go to certain countries. 2-3 years ago, you had to ask permission just to go to the shop. And it was worse in some places. So we are not free in that sense, but the most important thing that we're meant to be freeing is our kind of inner soul, like our soul is somehow trapped in this, and we can either go along with the bullshit or release, or free our souls so that we can have a really good walk through this life. And I don't know what happens after death, but I think that we are meant to kind of be like a university or at a school, and each year that you pass, then you can go to the next level, right? If you don't pass, then you stay at the level that you were at before. That's what I think happens, that we kind of stay in the spin cycle until we work this shit out. Yeah, take my flyer. I think we're electromagnetic beings of light inside an electromagnetic torus system. So we are the micro to the macro. The stars, the sun, the stars, particularly like Saturn, Venus, Mercury, these things actually all are in your own body. You are a micro of that. So that's why the zodiac people are right when they say, oh, the stars are doing this at the moment. It's going to have a certain effect on people, because the energy that's in the big system is going to affect the energy that's in the small system, which is you and I. So I think it's all electromagnetic, not Newtonian little bits of dust flying around, electrons, protons, and neutrons. I think it's all electromagnetism. And Nikola Tesla said the same thing, that it's all electromagnetism. Think in terms of frequency, sound, and vibration, and then you will start to understand the nature of the world. I took DMT in 2015, and I saw that everything was just light. It blew my mind. I was an atheist. Blew my mind. That all the trees that you see around you here, all the ground, the people, if you could take the veil down, you would see them simply as light. Moving around, these people, as they move past you, would just be like these orbs, beings of light. And that's what I saw for about 7 minutes in 2015, and I was 47 at the time, and I'd never heard of anything like this. And it changed my life. So I've been trying to understand that, and I came across Flat Earth on that journey. And for me, I tell people about Flat Earth is because it's like such a huge clangor that if you can wrap your head around it, you start to realize the extent of the deception that's being played against us, wrought against mankind. And we may never, the world may never become right in the way that it should be, and that there's equality and fairness and equity for all. It may never. But in your life journey, you may find that balance, that neutral place, that balance place, which is the heart, by the way. The center is the heart. And the earth is an anagram for heart. You probably know that. The earth is an anagram for heart. So actually, we think that this earth here is the center plane of an electromagnetic torus. It's like, the hourglass, right there, the pinch point where the hourglass comes together, that's what we call earth. Right there, the pinch. And then around that is the electromagnetic system that's constantly in movement. Entropy, it's moving up and down, hot and cold. Hot air rises and comes down as cold, and cold goes down and comes up as hot. And then that's our system. Your body works in exactly the same way. How's that? That's my thing. Yeah. Have a good day.
I'm not so sure about the flat earth.
That's all right. I mean, it takes a long time to kind of get about that, but you know that the belief in the globe takes a lot of theory. You've got to hold on to a lot of theory.
Stage, I agree with all that, you know what I mean, and what's going on. I know that they're going to all sort us out and do us in. I know all this is coming, but flat earth, I looked into it, and...
How far? How much time did you spend?
Not too much.
Because when you search flat earth,
when you've got a boat that can travel from like America to New Zealand.
Yeah. I'll show you this map. Let me show you this map quickly. All flying maps used to just be a circle with all the continents on them. And if you plot flight routes over that, you can see how they work on the flat earth map. And the flat earth map is actually an estimate, but it's also the United Nations logo.
Yeah.
They use exactly the same map that we say that the Earth looks like. And a guy wrote a book on 15 emergency landings that prove flat Earth. And there's these emergency landings where someone's flying from like Hawaii to Los Angeles, and someone dies on board, and they have to land emergency, and they land in Alaska, which is well, of course, if you look at it on a globe, but actually a straight line on the flat Earth map. So there's so many things that work extremely well. What people don't realize is that we live inside of a magnetic system. So just in the same way as birds are picking up that magnetic system to fly south or whatever, they're not doing it based on some magnetic thing at the North Pole. They're doing it on the magnetic environment, just like rocks. They settle in the magnetic environment of the local area. And so when your compass is working and you're going around a central north on a flat Earth, let's just say we made this point where we're standing right now a strong magnet. We could get people to walk, say, 10 meters or 50 meters away from us with a compass and say, walk east or west. Their compass would constantly point north, and they'd walk a circle around us.
I know it's like when you get to you can't get towards the North Pole, can you? There's like a place there you're not allowed to pass.
Same with the South. You
Because
know,
apparently you're going to come to a wall, and that's the
yeah, or
the doubt.
some people as they say there's some kind of hollow there, or maybe that's
Yeah.
the center of the Taurus system. But you know, the Antarctic Treaty was signed in 1957.
No one's allowed to go there.
That's no one can go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Anywhere south of the 60th, you'll be turned back, 60th parallel. So they've shot that off for a reason. So we think that might hold the key to the story of what we are. You know, we've never
actually
flown underneath the globe ever. We've never taken a, from Australia to South America, it would make sense to fly under the globe. But they fly these circuitous routes that make more sense on a flat Earth than they do
I know,
on the
because
globe.
like from America and Canada to get to like say New Zealand, you'd think it'd be quicker to go that way.
Yeah.
But the Dow they come this way round.
Yeah.
Oh, why is that? But then
Yeah.
when you come to South America,
Yeah.
there's flights from South America that way.
Yeah,
So they do go round
Yeah.
both ways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things that are odd. You know, that if you take a globe and look at this flight from Johannesburg to London, you'll find that it's 11 hours long, and you put that same piece of string that you measure that to the South American flight that they do over to the west coast of South America, and the flight is on the globe is about the same length with a piece of string, but it's 4 hours longer in air.
yeah.
You know, so there's everyone in the map industry admits that there is no one confirmed, agreed map of the Earth.
No, yeah, there is.
So there's a lot of
dodgy
questions that
about
you
it all.
think if they can map the human heart with a spectroscope or whatever they use to do that, they should be able to, with all the satellites they claim are in space, we should have it buttoned down
Yeah.
exactly as it is by now.
It's like everybody that's gone into space. It's all military people.
And Freemasons,
Yeah. It's all a bit.
Oh, even on mine.
Good day.
Cheers, bro.
Quello che ha fatto per la maglia riga.
Take a pic. You got a pic? You got a photo?
No, I was just gonna have a look.
All right, man.
What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think that we can't prove that the Earth is spinning, right? There's no
it
experiment.
doesn't spin.
It doesn't spin. Earth
No.
is not moving.
No.
There's no science experiment that shows that we are moving,
Yeah.
and your senses tell you you're not moving. This is
Yeah.
important. Your
Yeah, you
senses.
can see it in the sky.
When you're 6 years old, you're robbed of your senses when a teacher says to you, you can't tell that you're spinning
Yeah.
1,000 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and you can't even
I
measure
think
that.
we are spinning now. at
Which
the moment.
direction?
Should I-
You don't know. You don't know.